When it comes to how women and older guys interact with each other, how someone talks to you can often tell you a lot about how much they respect or enjoy being with you. Women who value the maturity, experience, and thoughtfulness that come with getting older often show their interest through subtle but important comments. These aren't just casual comments. They show that she likes you as a person and finds good or adorable things about you. In this video, we'll talk about 7 things women say to older men when they like them. These are words and phrases that convey love, respect, and a connection rooted in mutual understanding and shared values. It's not about short-term feelings of attraction. It's about recognizing and appreciating qualities that last. Whether you're looking for a new partner or just want to learn more about the signs women use, these expressions can help you understand what they're really saying. It's not about big gestures or overused romantic cliches. Most of the time, it's the small, thoughtful words that mean the most. If this speaks to you, please subscribe to my channel. Every day we share daily insights, useful tips, and motivation to help you live with confidence, focus on your strengths, and make important connections. Let's look into these deep phrases. 1. You have so much wisdom. When someone says this to you, they're saying something more than just admiring you. This sentence shows a deep appreciation for the insights, knowledge, and viewpoint that come from learning and growing throughout one's life. It shows maturity, understanding, and thoughtfulness. Let's expand on this, discussing knowledge's various aspects, its importance, and what it says about the complementer. What makes someone wise? Wisdom isn't just having a lot of facts or knowledge. It's also being able to use what you know in important and useful ways. It's having the sense of knowing when to speak, act, and stay silent. Not speaking experience is often a part of wisdom. Life experience is a key part of becoming wise. It changes how you see things, make choices, and deal with other people. Being wise lets you see past the present moment and understand the bigger picture and how things will affect you in the long run. Empathy. A smart person usually has a deep understanding of other people's wants, needs, and reasons for doing things. Ability to adapt. Being wise means being able to change and get better by learning from both wins and failures. When someone compliments your wisdom, they are noticing these traits and appreciating how you use them in everyday life. One who understands life experience knowledge is often associated with age and experience. This doesn't mean that younger people can't be smart, but the wisdom that comes from living through decades of change, hardship, and success is deeper than that of younger people. The woman who tells you, "You have so much wisdom," is probably referring to the many years of life experience you have. Life experience helps you understand people better, make decisions, and see patterns and predict outcomes in ways that younger people may not have learned yet. This makes your perspective invaluable in both personal and professional situations. For example, think about a conversation where a young person is having trouble deciding what job to go into. Your advice, based on years of dealing with similar problems, might help them see options they hadn't thought of before. In this case, your knowledge becomes a guiding light, giving them clarity and reassurance. A thoughtful point of view. Being wise also means being able to see past the present moment. Older people often stand out because they can see things from a more complete point of view and offer insights that others may not have thought of. Their meticulous approach elevates the value of their opinions when someone appreciates their expertise. This could be due to your ability to help them view a problem or solution from a fresh perspective. This is particularly crucial during a period when individuals frequently make rash decisions. A friend or co-worker might come to you for help with a problem they're having, while others might give them impulsive advice. Your knowledge could help them understand the underlying dynamics and pick a course of action that leads to settlement instead of worsening things. 3. Emotional intelligence, like intellectual understanding, is an integral part of wisdom. It's just as important to have emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence means being aware of your own and other people's emotions and using that knowledge to navigate relationships well. Older people often have higher levels of emotional intelligence because they've had more experience with different types of people and problems. When someone says you're wise, they might mean that they think you can handle tough talks with grace, who is there to comfort and help you through hard times. Fourth, recognize and validate the emotions of others. For example, if you're in a group where tensions are high, your calm demeanor and thoughtful words might help calm things down, earning you respect and appreciation for your ability to bring people together. Wisdom is inspiring because it shows a way of living that is based on values like honesty and understanding. People often look up to those who are wise, seeking their advice on how to solve problems and deal with life in general. If someone admires your wisdom, they may be drawn to the principles you live by or the way you carry yourself. The quiet confidence that comes from knowing yourself and your values is evident. You could tell a story from your past about how you overcame hardship. The lessons you've learned and your ability to explain them clearly can help. Motivate others to deal with their own problems with strength and hope. Number 2, I love hearing your stories. I love hearing your stories is more than just a compliment. It means that someone values your life experiences, perspective, and ability to share those moments in a meaningful way. When women say this to older men, it shows that they respect, connect with, and want to get to know you better. They often do this out of respect and interest in them. Sharing your life stories isn't just fun or interesting. They show what your personality is like and how your journey has shaped you. In this article, we'll dig deeper into this statement and find out why someone might say they appreciate your storytelling so much, and why it hits so close to home when it comes to human connection. Stories have the power to unite people. People have always used stories to connect with each other, from ancient times when they shared stories around campfires to modern conversations. They help us talk about our feelings, experiences, and beliefs, which helps us understand and care about older men. People who have lived longer often have more to say about stories. The way you tell your stories and the connection they make with the listener are both important. When someone says they love hearing them, she values your life experience. Having lived is a prize. When someone says they love hearing your stories, it's clear that they value the unique experiences that only you can share. Why does this matter? As we go through life, we have moments that shape who we are, whether they're challenges we face, successes we achieve, or just simple moments that remind us of positive times. The beneficial things in life make up a complex fabric. For some, hearing your stories is a chance to learn from your journey and gain insights they might not find anywhere else. Imagine sharing a story about a difficult decision you made in your personal or professional life. That person may enjoy the story and learn something useful for their lives. The fact that you can think about and talk about these times makes them important and valuable. 2. She wants to connect with people through shared events. When someone likes hearing your stories, it's usually because the events you talk about make them feel like they know you. Stories can help fill in gaps in people's lives, age, experience, and point of view. Identifying common ground and assisting others in comprehending the significance of this is crucial. Sharing events or just talking about them can bring people together. Communicating about your life shows trust and vulnerability, which may encourage others to do so. Dynamic builds a deeper relationship and strengthens mutual appreciation. Discussing a childhood family tradition may help the listener relate to their own, even if the details are different. These moments of connection make your stories more personal. 3. She admires your perspective. As we age, our perspective evolves, shaped by years of learning, growth, and transformation. People who enjoy hearing your stories often admire the way you explain why this is important. Perspective is one of the best things about sharing stories. It lets people see life through your eyes, which changes the way they think about problems, chances, and relationships. Your stories might even inspire them to transform their own lives. Depending on how this goes, telling a story about an argument you had with a family member or friend could show how well you can handle conflict with understanding and patience. This could encourage the listener to be more thoughtful in their own relationships. 4. She appreciates the ability to communicate effectively with others. Not everyone is skilled at telling stories. It takes careful thought to get skilled at it. Clarity and the power to connect. When someone expresses a fondness for your storytelling, it typically serves as a compliment to your communication style. Here's why this is important. How you tell a story is just as important as the story itself. Whether you employ humor, thought, or vivid details, the manner in which you convey your story is crucial. This ability to communicate clearly is something that many people respect. For example, how you tell your stories can make them memorable and powerful. Telling a silly story about an accident you had on vacation can not only make people laugh, but it can also show that you can find humor in everyday things. Number 3, I love hearing your stories. I love hearing your stories is more than just a compliment. It means that someone values your life experiences, perspective, and ability to share those moments in a meaningful way. It shows admiration, connection, and a desire to get to know you better when women say it to older men. A lot of the time, it comes from admiration and deep interest. Sharing your life stories displays your values and how your journey has shaped you. In this article, we'll dig deeper into this statement, looking at the different reasons someone might say they appreciate your stories so much and why they hit so close to home when it comes to human connection. Stories have the power to unite people. From ancient times when people told stories around campfires to modern conversations, stories have always been a way for people to connect with each other. They help us talk about our feelings, experiences, and beliefs, which builds understanding and empathy for older men. With years of life experience, stories often become more interesting. The way you tell your stories and the connection they make with the listener are both important when someone says they love hearing them. Your stories are a treasure trove of memories and wise words. When someone says they love hearing your stories, it's clear that they value the unique experiences that you can share. That's why this is important. Moments shape who we are in life, whether they are challenging times we overcome, goals we achieved, or simply ordinary moments. For someone listening to your stories, the joys you've experienced make up a rich fabric of life. It gives them a chance to learn from your journey and get ideas they might not find anywhere else. How this works. Imagine telling a story about how you made a tough choice at work or in your personal life. That person may enjoy the story and learn something useful for their lives. The fact that you can think about and talk about these times makes them important and valuable. Secondly, if someone enjoys hearing your stories, it's usually because they feel a connection to the events you discuss. They usually feel connected to the events you discuss. Stories can connect people of all ages and perspectives, identifying common ground and assisting others in comprehending its significance is crucial. Sharing experiences, or even just talking about them, can bring people together. When you share your life, it shows trust and openness, which may inspire others. Dynamic relationships strengthen and deepen, enhancing mutual value between both parties. For example, this occurs when you discuss a family ritual from your childhood. The listener might be able to relate to similar family experiences, even if the details are different. These moments of connection make your stories more personal. Third, she admires your perspective. As we age, our perspective evolves, shaped by years of learning, growth, and transformation. People who enjoy hearing your stories often admire the way you explain why this is important. Perspective is one of the best things about telling stories. It lets people see life through your eyes, which changes the way they think about problems, chances, and relationships. Your stories could even motivate them to change the way they think about their own lives. How this turns out. Telling a story about a time you disagreed with a family member or friend could show how you can handle conflict with patience and understanding. This could inspire the listener to be more thoughtful in their own relationships as a result of your communication. Skills. Not everyone is good at telling stories. It takes thought to get good at it. Clarity and the power to connect those who listen. When someone says they love hearing your stories, it's usually a compliment on the way you talk to people. Why is this important? The story itself is important, but so is the way you tell it, whether you employ humor, thought, or vivid details. The way you tell your stories can make them memorable and powerful. Many people admire people who can communicate clearly. For example, telling a charming story about an accident you had on vacation can not only entertain, but also show that you can find humor in everyday situations. Number 4. What do you think about this? When a woman frequently inquires about the opinions of an older man, regardless of the size of the issue, it may appear as a casual question, yet these exchanges often uncover a wealth of information beyond the surface. This seemingly simple phrase can show that she values your wisdom, trusts your judgment, and wants to have deep conversations with you. Understanding the nuances of this question can help you understand the importance of your point of view in her life, whether she's asking for advice, valuing your experience, or trying to make a connection. Here are the main reasons she asked this thoughtful question. 1. She values your experience. You can learn life lessons from mistakes, and as an older man, you've likely faced more tests and problems than a younger man. If a woman often asks for your opinion, it could be because she understands and values how deeply you feel about something. This could manifest in various ways. Workplace tips. When she's dealing with a tough situation at work, your advice might help her see things from angles she hadn't considered before. In other areas of her life, from personal growth to financial planning, she may value the lessons you've learned over the years. If you're adept at problem solving and can think critically, you can offer this. When she asks, "What do you think about this?" she's not just looking for an answer, she's also tapping into the wealth of information you've gained from life. Secondly, she recognizes the depth of your wisdom. Wisdom and experience go hand in hand, but they're not the same thing. You gain experience over time. Wisdom is using what you've learned in a thoughtful and meaningful way. Characteristics of wisdom include knowing other people's points of view and giving them kind advice. Practicality involves devising immediate solutions. Being insightful means looking deeper and finding the cause of a problem. When a woman seeks your advice, she might be seeking assistance that embodies these characteristics. For example, she may want to know how to handle a disagreement with grace. She may also be looking at ways to grow as a person and explore her values. Your balanced perspective may even appeal to her, as your wisdom often blends common sense with kindness. Clarity and help. 3. She believes in your decision. Trust is crucial in any serious relationship, personal or business. If a woman asks you for advice a lot, it's likely that she believes you can make beneficial decisions. Building this trust requires consistent dependability and thoughtful communication. When she asks, "What do you think about this?" it means she trusts your thinking. She thinks you'll look at the situation's details, weigh the pros and cons, and give an honest and thoughtful opinion. Trust is especially important when it comes to touchy subjects. If she's talking about hard times or tough choices in her life, it shows how much she respects your honesty and sense of right and wrong. 4. She appreciates your perspective. Asking someone for their opinion isn't always about getting answers. Sometimes it's about having fun talking about ideas. Women often value the unique points of view that older men bring to the table, which could include new ideas. Your view on a subject could make her think about what she thinks, or help her understand it better. Nuanced thinking. Experience allows you to see the murky areas and situations, avoids drawing too simple conclusions. Peaceful thought. Being able to approach conversations with care and without rushing can make them more enjoyable and meaningful. For example, if she wants to know your thoughts on current events, books, or even cultural trends, that means she values your point of view and enjoys exchanging ideas. 5. She desires to establish a connection with you. Another way to develop a connection is to ask for their opinion. If a woman asks you for your opinion over and over, it's usually a sign that she values the relationship and wants to make it stronger through deep conversation. This could happen in different situations. In the context of friendship, she may perceive you as someone she enjoys conversing with and gains knowledge from collaborating with. If you work together, she might value your ability to make things clear and focused. Asking for your opinion in a mentoring partnership helps her grow and gain confidence in her own decision-making. She's not just getting facts, she's also building rapport and making room for mutual respect and understanding. 5. You're such a gentleman. When someone calls you a gentleman, it is a significant compliment, demonstrating their admiration for your morals and the manner in which you treat others. Being a gentleman isn't solely about your appearance or behavior. It's about adhering to timeless values such as honesty, respect, and kindness. In this video, we will delve into the significance of this phrase, delving into what defines a gentleman and why it is often used by women and others to refer to older men. If you've heard this phrase before or want to live up to it, understanding the depth of this praise can motivate you to continue being a source of grace and positivity in the world. What does it mean to be a gentleman at its core? This isn't about money or looks. Being a gentleman is about having traits that make relationships with others better. It's about living by principles that show care, respect, and thought. Originally, the word gentleman only applied to men who consistently acted with respect and honor. A gentleman is someone who cares about others, acts with honor, and tries to make those around them feel respected and valued. When women or anyone else calls you a gentleman, they're recognizing that your actions, words, and attitude are admirable. Let's look at the main traits that make someone a gentleman. A gentleman is one who is polite in both speech and deed. Respect is the most important thing for a person to have. It shows in how you treat others, regardless of background or situation. When someone calls you a gentleman, they're recognizing that you treat everyone with kindness and respect. For example, you might speak slowly and nicely and not talk over other people. Accept that people have different views without being hostile. Be thankful for both small and big acts of kindness. This respect goes to, it includes how you treat places, environments, and shared events, as well as people. Simple actions such as holding a door open for someone, expressing gratitude for their time, or demonstrating patience during a conversation demonstrate respect and leave a lasting impression. A gentleman possesses a calm and comforting presence. A gentleman possesses the ability to maintain composure under pressure. This steadiness gives people a sense of safety and trustworthiness, which is something that many people admire in older men. Women like this trait because it shows emotional maturity and self-control. Instead of reacting quickly, a gentleman takes the time to think about what's going on. This calm demeanor not only helps diffuse situations, but also creates an atmosphere of trust and comfort. Some examples of this are staying calm during disagreements and resolving conflicts peacefully, offering reassurance and solutions in times of uncertainty, and being reliable and consistent in your actions and commitments. Your steady presence shows that you are someone others can rely on, which is a highly valued trait. 3 real acts of kindness. Kindness is a language that everyone speaks, and a gentleman speaks it well, unlike people who put on big shows. It's often the little things that show you care, that show you are truly kind. Women might call you a gentleman because of these actions. Maybe you helped someone carry their groceries, offered sincere support, or remembered an important fact about their life. These actions show that you are paying attention and want to make others feel valued. Being kind doesn't take a lot of work. It just means being aware of chances to help and encourage others. Here are some examples. These actions demonstrate that your kindness is genuine and stems from a place of integrity, not duty or expectation. 4. Respect and integrity. Being honest is one of the most important things a gentleman should have. It means sticking to your beliefs, be truthful, and act morally. Even though it's hard, women may call you a gentleman for your morality and trustworthiness. Being honest means keeping your word and doing what you say you'll do. You must own up to your mistakes, accept responsibility for your actions, and treat others with respect, regardless of the potential consequences or rewards. Integrity is important because it makes you stand out in a world where many people put ease of use ahead of morals. Everyone who knows a gentleman trusts and respects him because he always acts with honor. Communication is one of the most important parts of any meaningful connection, whether it's with a family member, friend, co-worker, or someone you're just getting to know. When someone says, "You're so easy to talk to," so easy to talk to isn't just a passing comment. It means that you can create a safe, welcoming space that encourages trust, connection, and understanding. This phrase is crucial because it demonstrates qualities beyond what you say and how you make others feel. It means that you have developed communication skills that encourage open and honest dialogue, which is a trait that can improve every part of your life. This video discusses what it means to be easy to talk to, what makes you that way, and how you can use these skills to build stronger, more meaningful relationships. Knowing what the phrase means, not just words. If someone describes you as easy to talk to, it's likely due to the following feelings they experience. Peace and safety. Your presence puts them at ease, as they can express themselves freely without fear of judgment or misinterpretation. The talk flows easily, making both people feel understood and involved. No matter the subject, you listen, value, and respect their ideas and thoughts. Stress relief. Talking to you doesn't feel like a chore or a task. It feels natural and fun. All of these things point to deeper habits and traits that make conversations more meaningful. You listen without judging. Listening is one of the most important parts of effective communication, but it's also one of the most overlooked. This attentive listener pays attention to the speaker's words, emotions, and intentions. You actively listen without thinking about what to say next or how to respond. When people share their thoughts or experiences, they often fear judgment. Your willingness to not judge them makes it safe for them to show real sensitivity. You listen with empathy when you really try to understand the other person's point of view. You put yourself in their shoes and validate their feelings, even if you haven't been through the same thing. When you listen without judging, you show that you value the other person's thoughts and feelings, which makes you approachable and simple to talk to. Being thoughtful in your responses is another sign that you're comfortable to talk to. This doesn't mean you have to solve all problems or give deep insights. Sometimes just letting someone know you heard them is enough. For example, repeating or paraphrasing what they said shows that you paid attention and understand their point of view. You seem to have a lot on your plate, which must be challenging. To avoid acting on impulse, instead of rushing to give advice or voice an opinion, you take a moment to think about what you want to say. This helps keep the talk fair and polite. Asking open-ended questions like, "How do you feel about that?" or "What do you think might help?" will help the conversation go deeper and show that you're interested in their point of view. Giving thoughtful answers helps people trust and respect each other, which makes talks more enjoyable and meaningful. You sound calm and sure of yourself. How you say something is just as important as what you say. During a talk, keeping your voice calm and reassuring can make a huge difference in how someone sees you. Avoid using anger or sarcasm. People can feel protective or uncomfortable when you use a harsh or sarcastic tone. A warm, even tone, on the other hand, makes them feel at ease and encourages them to be open. Putting out positive energy. An upbeat tone doesn't mean you have to be overly happy. It means showing hope and kindness. When you talk about difficult topics, pay attention to your body language. Your tone of voice often matches your non-verbal cues, like keeping eye contact, nodding, or leaning slightly forward to show interest. These small actions reinforce what you say and help the other person feel heard and valued. When your tone is calm and reassuring, you create a sense of stability that makes people feel comfortable talking about their feelings and thoughts. Number 6. When someone says, "I like how thoughtful you are," it's not just a passing comment, it's a recognition of the deeper traits that make up emotional intelligence, maturity, and a real understanding of how people connect with each other. Although being kind is important, being thoughtful shows that you care about others' feelings and needs and want to help them in a world that can feel rushed and self-centered. Recognition for your thoughtfulness can be both satisfying and reassuring. If a woman tells you that she likes how thoughtful you are, it's important to know what that really means. She likes not only what you do, but also the thought that goes into it. This piece will talk about the different reasons this compliment means so much, how it speaks to your character, and how it can make relationships stronger by recognizing your ability to understand what other people need. Being thoughtful means being aware of other people's wants, needs, and emotions. Observing, understanding, and acting with empathy is all that thoughtful people need to do. When a woman compliments you on your thoughtfulness, she's likely acknowledging your innate ability to discern the needs of those around you without explicit instruction. This could be as simple as offering to help someone with a task or noticing when someone needs a break. Being thoughtful means stepping outside of oneself and putting them first. It's challenging to find someone who really listens and picks up on subtle cues in a world full of distractions. For example, remembering important dates like a birthday, checking in on someone who is having a hard time, or even just making someone feel heard in a conversation are all signs of someone who is caring and emotionally intelligent. It shows that you are emotionally mature and stable. When you're emotionally mature, you can handle difficult feelings and situations with self-control, understanding, and knowledge of your own needs. Consideration shows emotional maturity because it shows you can understand others' feelings and act accordingly. Being thoughtful shows that you control your emotions and understand how your words and actions affect others. Especially for older people, being thoughtful could demonstrate mental maturity. As you get older, you gain life experience and a better understanding of how people work. This is why women may compliment how thoughtful you are. They know that your maturity and stability help you deal with your feelings and relationships in a way that is supportive, grounded, and calm. People who are older are more likely to be careful because they know that little things often mean more than big ones. While being nice is nice, being thoughtful means doing something because it's right or because you care. Recognizing this level of emotional maturity is rare and greatly valued. 3. It demonstrates your attention to detail and concern for others. People often say things like, "I like how thoughtful you are," to show appreciation for your attention to detail. Thoughtfulness can show up in the smallest of ways, like remembering someone's favorite flavor of tea, picking up on an unspoken need, or even just giving them a compliment at the right time. These small actions often have a bigger emotional impact than bigger, more obvious ones, because they show a deeper level of care. For instance, if you remember that someone enjoys a particular type of tea or is working on a challenging project, and you bring them something that acknowledges this, you're demonstrating your attention to their individual needs, regardless of whether you're in a romantic or friendly relationship. You can make someone feel better and more connected by doing these small but important things that show you care about their well-being. Many people like this level of attention because it shows that you're not just being nice, you're trying to make their day better in a unique way. It shows that you care about others' experiences as well as your own. This action leaves a lasting impression.